Hi guys, today we're gonna make this reverse stuff from Bioshock, which called Vita Chamber. Now I'm trying to optimize my Blender interface because today I'm not using image preview in Blender, but I'm using a program which called a PureRef. It's a very good program to keep your reference to each other and use the one you need. So now I'm just created a cylinder, grab it up, now I'm just trying to create this base form of this stuff. I just duplicated this cylinder and added a loop cut right in the middle. Deleted bottom face and top face and all of top vertices. Now I'm thinking about what to do, and I decided first of all to create this T-shape thing, which you can see first when you look at this picture. Now I added some one loop cut to create a bridge. Now it's done, and next thing I should do is delete those backside vertices, and I pressed Alt H to make visible another cylinder. And now I'm thinking about to add a solidify modifier for this T-shape object. Will have some kind of depth. Now I need to make this shape look more like original one, so I turned on the proportional editing and just grabbed up those two vertices on the left and on the right. I'm just understand what am I supposed to do with this vertices for it look more like stuff from the picture. It's just posing, grabbing up. That's it. I just grabbed up some vertices, and those side vertices are more up than those closest to us. Now it's look better. I need to decrease this depth of solidify modifier. So now I need to separate those left and right sides, and now I'm thinking about how can I do it much more quickly. So I decided just to select right side, press P, and it will be separated, just it. So I have two separated objects, and now I need just to move some right side vertices to left, and the same thing with those left vertices. So to create this little distance between those two objects. Now I just scaled it down by the axis. So it looks more like original one. And now I decided to go to shading mode and create some shader for this base cylinder, some glass shader to understand what I can do next, because I wanted to see the whole picture before going next. Now I need to set up this shader, change transparency look, and now it looks more transparent, because it was like a mirror shader, not a glass shader, before you turned on those two settings. Now I just added a point light, and a very big part of this video will be just about setting this lighting and materials. And now I understand that first of all I need to create the silhouette of the whole picture before to set up all of these materials and lights. That is the worst part of creating this video, because I'm just giving some commentaries on it and can't change anything, because I did this video few days ago, and now I'm just making some commentaries to it. I added a base plane, and now I'm thinking about to create some inside stuff. I deleted all of these edges and now I just extruded it and scaled down by the axis. Press E, then S, Z. Now I'm creating those two metallic rings from the bottom and from the top, as you can see on a reference picture. Now I just need to scale it up, excluding the axis. Just press S, Shift Z. So that's it. Now I just scale it down, excluding the axis. Just grab down a few vertices of this T shape, for it can be below this metal ring. Now I think that it's too long video for this simple object, but I don't want to recreate it, so let's just keep watching. I think the best part of this quick draft is near to finish. When I setting up those lights, you'll see it. Now I'm just extruding all of this stuff and scale it down by the axis, and now by the axis, and before it was excluding the axis. Creating some kind of steps in the bottom and the same in the top. Now I can't see the top side, but the same things is happening there too. That's it. Now I just duplicated those inside vertices and created a grid fill, a circle plane, and now I just need to duplicate it on the top to create those blue lights on the top and on the bottom. Just saving the project. The worst part of random mod is when you try to select objects inside of a transparent object, and you can't just select it, so it's better to select in a outline menu. Now I created some emission material and forgot to enable it on the bottom object. Now I just noticed it, and so it is. Two emission materials And now I will just set up the color, the blue one. I think it should be more greener, like this. I will just copy a hex code and paste it into this material, so it looks better. I just enabled the ambient occlusion, bloom, and screen space reflections to see some kind of final result. Now I decided to make this light much more greener. Now I will duplicate this point light to the top and disable specularity maybe. For this point light, do not refract in the glass shader. In other way, you will see white circles in refraction. Now I created a yellow material, but it looks like a green material because of all of our lights are green. So now I will be thinking about how to fix it. How to make this yellow material more yellow, not green. Now I'm thinking about some subsurface scattering, but I think I will turn it off. Yes, it's already turned off. Decrease some roughness and increase metallic. I still can't understand that I need to add some extra light to this green light, see more like yellow. Now I will duplicate this point light. Not now, a little bit later. I decreased a saturation of these lights so their light is not so green anymore. I increased a metallic to metallic in shader of those rings in the bottom and in the top, and I need to do something. I think I will grab all the objects up a little bit. Yes, and I will extrude inside ring, extrude it down to make it look more like stuff in the picture. Now I will grab it down. Now it's too high, and I will grab it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Yep. That's good. Now again I'm trying to select something in this render preview mode. Not render preview, just render mode. I just scale it down top ring and keep trying create a yellow look material. Now it's better actually. I'm just playing with this shader setups, shader node setups, trying to make a glass more like a glass from picture. You know, it's a good way to create glass in Eevee render by mixing a glass shader and a transparent shader. And now I decided to add a volume shader inside, and I'm thinking about that those lights, those point lights are look like spheres inside of this glass. Because it's volume, point light is always look like a white sphere inside the volume. So I'm thinking about where can I move it, or what can I do with radius for it to look more realistic. The hardest part of setting up a volume shader is to find this balance between anisotropic and intensivity of volume. It's much simpler to make settings of shaders in a cycles render, as I think, but I love to make this stuff in Eevee render because it's a real-time render engine, so it's better for game dev, and I'm kinda specializing on game dev stuff, so I prefer Eevee now. Now I finally added a light outside of this cylinder and keep on playing with those shaders. And now I just activated After Smooth and set it to better parameter. I'm keep on playing with this outside lamp for it look like more than on a picture. And guys, don't forget to press like under this video if you like it. And now I'm keep just setting up some materials, material of this of those metallic rings. And now I decided to separate a T-shape object yellow material from other yellow material, because I wanted to create to make it less metallic and decrease roughness. Now I change the radius of this lamp, and now it's refracting from this T-shape object. And finally, I think now I will create this side objects with the lamp, with the lamps, and I will create them from cube. Now I'm just creating a skin, a sun for this object, for better look at all of these lights and shaders. But if you copying my actions, you don't supposed to copy this scene cube, because I will change it later. I will change it on another one. Now I think it looks better. I just added a circle and press ES to create some more loop cuts of this circle. Now I'm thinking about shader for this thing, and I will make it more lighter than it is, because now it's too dark, almost black. And decrease some roughness. And now I decided to duplicate this cylinder and create inside the volume cylinder to create this shine like from the screenshot. Now I think I will skip a little part of this video because I remember that I tried to create this strange form object and make it volume, but volume doesn't work as good as I wanted. So I'll just skip little part of this. Well, here it's almost done, and I'm finally understood that I can't create a volume shape with strange form because it's Eevee, and Eevee always shows volumes with rectangular form, with a cubic form. And now I've finally decided to create those kinda wings at the left and the right. I'll create the left one and just add a mirror modifier on it. It will be a very simple copy, not the way it looks like on a picture. Just grab up some top vertices, add loop cuts, and now I'm trying to copy that shape. Well, I'm thinking about a subdivision modifier, but I won't use it, so I just added a shade smooth and activated after smooth on 30 degrees. Now I just added two shaders to this object and assigned those two faces to yellow one. It's still don't look as the thing from picture, but now it looks better. I added a loop cut, not a loop cut, I just triangulated this face and assigned another black material to the right side of right triangle. Now I just added a cylinder and trying to pose it. Scale it up by y-axis. And now I need to add a light emission material to this cylinder. So I think it's good. It's looking good. But also I think it's better to make some changes of its top side. Make it look more like the thing from picture. I added a mirror modifier and picked a object of mirroring and picked a main cylinder, so it's mirroring about it. Now I decreased some roughness of the bottom metallic circle and trying to find a better color. So it's almost done. Finally, I decided to make it more like from picture. Yep, that's it. Now it's looking better. I'm still trying to pick objects not using outliner. That's a big mistake. Now I think I will scale down this volume object. Yep, I scaled it down, excluding the axis. Just press S, Shift Z. Now it looks better. Now I see some problems with geometry. I think I extruded it incorrectly. Now I just deleted one loop cut, so now geometry look better, but not perfect. I think I just extruded some faces wrong, added a darker material to this inside circle. Now I will delete this form and the shape and add another cube. Which I will use as a studio. Now I will delete just two vertices. Yep. I decided to make this kind of studio, which is better. Added some bevel with many loop cuts and just grab it by the y-axis. Add smooth shading. Now I will add some camera here. And to pose camera at a view, you need to press Ctrl, Alt and 0 on a numpad. That's it. Add some exposure and change a contrast mode. Very high contrast. No, just high contrast. Some final setups to the shaders. Now I need to add light to make our skin more good looking. That's it. The side light is always making good composition. That's it. I just duplicate this light and trying to add more variations to lighting setup. Now I just decrease specular. and trying to find the best setup for this light. That's it. And I finally changed a look to very high contrast. I just adding some loop cuts to and extrude down this face loop cut for add some variations on the bottom circle. Just keep on playing with light setup. And now I decided to add a some circle on the top, some cylinder. That's it. So well, now it's almost done. Thank you for watching, guys. I would very appreciate if you will follow me and press like button and leave a comment if you like it. Thank you guys, goodbye.